last 15 years, Nelson Public Schools has proudly honored our local veterans at our annual Veterans Day program. Although we find ourselves in unusual circumstances that keeps us apart, our respect, admiration, and deep appreciation for our veterans remains exactly the same. A special thank you to each of you who have stood guard at peacetime, experienced the trauma of combat. Wherever your situation was, thank you for being there for America.
At this time, please join us for the Pledge of Allegiance, followed by the national anthem. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Gratitude, by definition, means the quality of being thankful. There are so many ways one could show gratitude. You could show gratitude by applauding something that you like, or just simply telling someone that you are thankful. It's safe to say that gratitude can be shown very easily. However, there is no way that we can show enough gratitude for those that fought for our country. These men and women left what they loved, towns, families, loved ones, and they left it with honor, because they wanted to protect our country and give us the freedom that we don't deserve. Those who did this did it knowing that they were sacrificing their futures for us. Those that lost their lives, though, they deserve gratitude that can't be fathomed. Those that paid the ultimate sacrifice deserve thanks from all of us. My grandfather fought in the Vietnam and Korean Wars. I remember him being proud of all of his accomplishments, seeing his medals and photographs on the wall. I admired that. And whenever I saw him, I admired his gratitude for getting to serve his country. But I now realize that though we have an appreciation for the soldiers and veterans, they too are thankful for the opportunity for serving their country and keeping us free. Even though there is still no way we can show enough gratitude for the servicemen and women who served or are currently serving our country, we can still show them the utmost gratitude. With events like the Veterans Day program, sending them cards, or just recognizing those that serve, we hope to show them gratitude for what they've done for our country.
Today, it is our privilege to say thank you to all of America's veterans, to let them know that we appreciate them for their service and honor them for their sacrifices. The price of freedom is high. We cannot afford to forget those willing to pay it. Today, we celebrate America's veterans for keeping this nation the land of the free and the home of the brave. Although we celebrate all of our veterans today, we also want to stop to remember those who paid the ultimate sacrifice in defense for our country.
Today, we bow our heads. It's not an easy day because today we remember. We focus our memory on those who served our great nation. Today, we set aside our differences and remember those who gave their lives for freedom. We remember the brothers and sisters who fought on our behalf, while their brothers and sisters prayed for their safe return. We remember the sons and daughters who carried the flag of democracy, while their parents placed flags on their lapels and front porches. We remember the dads and moms who stood watch at the door of war, while their children stood watch at home. We remember the husbands and wives who carried the weight of war, while their spouses carried the burden of an empty seat at the dinner table. Each one our brother, each one our sister, each one our son, each one our daughter. We remember their honor, sacrifice, and courage. We remember that they paid the ultimate price for our freedom. Today, we kneel and remember. With compassion and love, we turn our memory to the lives of those who served on our behalf. We honor those who have fallen in service, and we remember the words of Jesus. No one has greater love than this, that one lays down their life for their friends. John 15:13.
Veterans Day is a very important holiday in America. It is a day that Nettleton Public Schools honors all of those who have served in the armed forces. We are so thankful for all of our veterans for your willingness to serve our country. And our veterans, we know, are the backbone of our country, and without you, there would be no United States of America as we know of it today. Thank you, veterans, for your sacrifice from your own families and loved ones to help protect our rights and our freedoms. Because of you, we can continue to have the freedom of speech, the right to vote, the freedom to move around our country freely, the right to protect our families, and the right to gather freely to worship. Veterans, because of you, we have life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Thank you for protecting the wills of our forefathers so that we can continue to be the land of opportunity where we can make our dreams come true. And last, thank you, veterans, past, present, and future, for your service to promote peace and prosperity throughout the world. You have shaped our history, and you will shape our future. Continue to be the few, the strong, and the brave.
You ever get one? You ever get one of them? It's one of them days. Attention, hut.
He was a top man at his craft, but then his number came up and he was going to draft. He's in the army now, a blowing reveille. He's the boogie woogie bugle boy of Company B. He's the boogie woogie bugle boy of Company B. He was a famous trumpet man from out Chicago way. He had a boogie style that no one else could play. He was a top man at his craft. And then his number came up and he was gone in the draft. He's in the army now, a bull reveille. He's the boogie woogie bugle boy of Company B. They made him blow a bugle for his Uncle Sam. They really brought him down because he couldn't jam. The captain seemed to understand, because the next day the cap went out and drafted a band. And now the company jumps when he plays reveille. He's the boogie woogie bugle boy of Company B. A root, a toot, a tootly attitude. He blows it 8 to the bar. And boogie rhythm, he can't blow a note unless the bass and guitar is playing with them. And the company jumps when he plays reveille. He's the boogie woogie bugle boy of Company B. He was some boogie woogie bugle boy of Company B. And when he plays boogie woogie bugle, he was busy as a busy bee. And when he plays, he makes the company jump 8 to the bar. He's the boogie woogie bugle boy of Company B. Toot the other, toot toot, he blows it 8 to the bar. You can't blow a note unless the bass and guitar is playing with them. And company jumps when he plays reveille. He's the boogie woogie bugle boy of Company B. He puts the boys to sleep with boogie every night and wakes them up the same way in the early bright. They got their hands and stamp their feet because they know how he plays. When someone gives him the beat, he really shakes it up when he plays reveille. He's the boogie woogie bugle boy of Company B. Da 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 da. And the company jumps when he plays reveille. He's the boogie woogie bugle boy of Company B.
Whether you were drafted or joined the military by choice, you have put yourself at risk for the American people. No matter what your job is, or whether you have been deployed overseas or stationed in the U.S., you have taken up the responsibility of representing our country. Without the acts of valor and the selflessness of the people in the military, I wouldn't be able to have all my rights that we share today. If you're an American, no matter your race, religion, age, or gender, our military has fought for you to keep your rights as a citizen. We have freedom of speech, education, and religion. We have the right to vote, to a fair trial, to wear what we want in public, and more. Just try to go to another country and express all of these things. You can't. America is the greatest country in the world because our military has helped protect us from the enemy coming in and taking over. Elmer Davis, the director of the United States Office of War Information during World War II, said, "This nation will remain the land of the free only so long as it is the home of the brave." He is absolutely right. If we didn't have our great military to protect us, we wouldn't be the land of the free. So be a patriot and honor and respect those who have served in our military. Whether you love or hate them, they fight for you, an American. Sometimes people go each day without realizing that they couldn't do what they do without our military. So thank a soldier, not just today, but anytime you see one. Our soldiers are willing to put their life on the line for you. The least you can do is say 2 words, thank you. So thank you, brave men and women, for putting us before yourselves and serving. I appreciate you, I support you, and I will always stand for you.
I walked through a county courthouse square. On a park bench, an old man was sitting there. Old courthouse is kind of run down. He said, "No, it'll do for our little town." I said, "Your flagpole is leaned a little bit, and that's a ragged old flag you got hanging on it." He said, "Have a seat." And I sat down. "Is this the first time you've ever been to our little town?" I said, "I think it is." He said, "Well, I don't like to brag, but we're kind of proud of that ragged old flag. You see, we got a little hole in that flag there when Washington took it across the Delaware. And it got powder burned the night that Francis Scott Key sat watching it, writing, 'Say, can you see?' And it got a bad rip in New Orleans with Packingham and Jackson tugging at its seams. and it almost fell at the Alamo beside the Texas flag, but she waved on no. She got cut with a sword at Chancellorsville. She got cut by another one at Shiloh Hill. There was Robert E. Lee and Beauregard and Bragg, and the south wind blew hard on that ragged old flag. On Flanders Field in World War I, she got a big hole from a Bertha gun. She turned blood red in World War II. She hung limp and low a time or two. She was in Korea and Vietnam. She went where she was sent by our Uncle Sam. She waved from our ships upon the briny foam, and now they've about quit waving her back here at home. In her own good land here, she's been abused. She's been burned, dishonored, denied, and refused. And the government for which she stands is scandalized throughout the land. And she's getting threadbare and she's wearing kind of thin, but she's in good shape for the shape she's in. Because she's been through the fire before, and I believe she can take a whole lot more. So we raise her up early every morning and we take her down every night. We don't ever let her touch the ground, and we fold her upright. On second thought, I do like to brag, because I am mighty proud of that ragged old flag.
If tomorrow all the things were gone I'd hoped for all my life, and I had to start again with just my family by my side, I thank my God above to be living here today, 'cause our flag still stands for freedom, and they can't take that away. And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave their right to me. And I'll gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. From the lakes of Minnesota to the hills of Tennessee, across the plains of Texas, from sea to shining sea, from Detroit down to Houston and New York to LA, with pride in every American heart. And it's time we stand and say, I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave their right to me. And I'll gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave their right to me. And I'll gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA.
The Armed Forces Medley, also known as the Armed Forces Salute, is the collection of the official songs for the 5 branches of the United States Armed Forces: Army, Marine, Navy, Air Force, and Coast Guard. The songs are usually played in increasing order of precedence. The medley has become a common fixture in many band and orchestra concerts within the United States. It's a way of honoring our active servicemen and women, reservists, and veterans of the Armed Forces and the National Guard Bureau.
As we close our program this morning, I want to leave you with just a few thoughts on my definition of a veteran. I often refer to veterans as a hero, a simple but very powerful word that describes any man or woman who has ever been brave enough to make a conscious choice to enlist in the military, to raise their right hand and recite the oath of enlistment, to don a uniform, to sacrifice time with their family, to go through grueling training, to put their life on the line, all to defend the freedoms that we all seem to take for granted each and every day. A quick search of the word hero in the dictionary describes an individual who has courage and possesses noble qualities, one who has gone above and beyond. In Greek mythology, the word hero is reserved for someone who possesses superhuman qualities. I especially like this part of the mythological definition, one whose exploits and dealings with the gods were the subject of ancient Greek legend. Courageous, possessor of noble qualities, brave, legendary. I love to get to work early every morning. I walk the halls, and this gives me the opportunity to see the incredible projects that our 3rd through 6th graders are working on at any time. This morning, I noticed that one of our 4th grade teachers had displayed work that her students had completed. The title of the assignment was What I'm Thankful For. Students listed things such as family, pets, sports, their teachers, classmates. One little boy even listed his Nintendo Switch. As I read through each and every one of them, I caught myself making a mental list of the things that I'm thankful for. Family, health, my job, my coworkers, friends, and the list goes on and on. I soon realized that I have what I have and have the opportunity to be thankful for those things because of the sacrifices that each and every veteran that has ever lived has made over the course of their lifetime. The heroic sacrifice that each veteran has made allows all of us to enjoy the freedoms that come along with being a citizen of this great country. So on this Veterans Day 2020, in a year that has prevented us from being together and enjoying a time of fellowship, wherever you are, I want you to know that no matter how long you have served, where you have served, or what branch of the military you have served in, you are a hero. On behalf of the Nettleton School District, thank you to all of our veterans. May God bless you, and may God bless the United States of America. At this time, it is my pleasure to introduce Dr. Lacey Baker, who is the Director of Secondary Curriculum for the Nettleton School District, as she will close our program this morning with God Bless America.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above. From the mountains to the prairies,